पहले भी मैं तुमसे मिला हूँ, पहली दफा ही मिलके लगा, तूने छुआ जख्म को मेरे, मरहम मरहम दिल पे लगा. So hello friends, I hope you are fine. In this video, we are going to read the 7th and the last chapter of the class 10th geography book. It is titled as Lifelines of National Economy. So let's dive into the chapter. We use different materials and services in our daily life. Some of these are available in our immediate surroundings, while other requirements are met by bringing the things from other places. Goods and services do not move from supply locals to demand locals on their own. The movement of these goods and services from their supply locations to demand locations necessitates the need for transport. Some people are engaged in facilitating these movements. These are known to be traders who make the products come to the consumers by transportation. Thus, the pace of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. Therefore, efficient means of transport are prerequisites for fast development. Movement of these goods and services can be over three important domains of our earth, that is land, water and air. Based on these, transport can also be classified into land, water and air transport. Here you can see the means of transport: land, roadways, railways, pipelines; water, inland, overseas; air, domestic airways and international airways. For a long time, trade and transport were restricted to a limited space. With the development in science and technology, the area of influence of trade and transport expanded far and wide. Today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast-moving transport. Transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. Therefore, transport, communication and trade are complementary to each other. Today, India is well linked with the rest of the world despite its vast size, diversity and linguistic and socio-cultural plurality. Railways, airways, waterways, newspapers, radio, television, cinema and internet etc. have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. The trades from local to international levels have added to the vitality of its economy. It has enriched our life and added substantially to growing amenities and facilities for the comforts of life. In this chapter, you will see how modern means of transport and communication serve as lifelines of our nation and its modern economy. It is thus evident that a dense and efficient network of transport and communication is a prerequisite for local, national and global trade of today. Now, transport. First one is roadways. India has one of the largest road networks in the world, aggregating to about 2.3 million kilometers at present. In India, roadways have preceded railways. They still have an edge over railways in view of the ease with which they can be built and maintained. The growing importance of road transport vis-a-vis rail transport is rooted in the following reasons. A. Construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railway lines. B. Roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. C. Roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes and as such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. D. Road transport is economically in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances. E. It also provides door-to-door service, thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. F. Road transport is also used as a feeder to other modes of transport, such as they provide a link between railway stations, air and seaports. In India, roads are classified in the following 6 classes according to their capacity. Look at the map of the national highways and find out about the significant role played by these roads. Golden Quadrilateral Superhighways. The government has launched a major road development project linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi by 6-lane superhighways. The north-south corridors linking Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir and Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu and east-west corridor connecting Silchar, Assam and Porbandar, Gujarat are part of this project. The major objective of these superhighways is to reduce the time and distance between the megacities of India. These highway projects are being implemented by the National Highway Authority of India, NHAI. Next, national highways. National highways link extreme parts of the country. These are the primary road systems and are led and maintained by the Central Public Works Department (CPWD). A number of major national highways run in north, south, and east-west directions. The historical Sher-Sasuri Marg is called National Highway number 1 between Delhi and Amritsar. Do you know that National Highway 7 is the longest and traverses 2,369 km between Varanasi and Kanyakumari via Jabalpur, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Madurai. Delhi and Mumbai are connected by National Highway 8, while National Highway 15 covers most of Rajasthan. Next, state highways. Roads linking a state capital with different district headquarters are known as state highways. These roads are constructed and maintained by the State Public Works Department (PWD) in state and union territories. Next, district roads. These roads connect the district headquarters with other places of the district. These roads are maintained by the Jila Parishad. Next, other roads. Rural roads which link rural areas and villages with towns are classified under this category. These roads received special impetus under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. Under this scheme, special provisions are made so that every village in the country is linked to a major town in the country by an all-season motorable road. Here you can see the map of India showing the national highways. Next, we have border roads. Apart from these border roads organization, a government of India undertaking constructs and maintains roads in the bordering areas of the country. This organization was established in the 1960 for the development of the roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. These roads have improved accessibility in areas of difficult terrain and have helped in the economic development of these areas. Roads can also be classified on the basis of the type of material used for their construction, such as the metalled and unmetalled roads. Metalled roads may be made of cement, concrete, or even bitumen of coal. Therefore, these are all weather roads. Unmetalled roads go out of use in the rainy season. Next, road density. The length of road per 100 square kilometer of area is known as density of roads. Distribution of road is not uniform in the country. Density of all roads varies from only 12.14 km in Jammu and Kashmir to 517.77 km in Kerala as on 31 March 2011, with the national average of 142.68 km 31 March 2011. Road transportation in India faces a number of problems. Keeping in view the volume of traffic and passengers, the road network is inadequate. About half of the roads are unmetalled and this limits their uses during the rainy season. The national highways are inadequate too. Moreover, the roadways are highly congested in cities and most of the bridges and culverts are old and narrow. However, in recent years, fast development of road network has taken place in different parts of the country. Next, we have railways. Railways are the principal mode of transportation for freight and passengers in India. Railways also make it possible to conduct multifarious activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with transportation of goods over longer distances. Apart from an important means of transport, the Indian railways have been a great integrating force for more than 150 years. Railways in India bind the economic life of the country as well as accelerate the development of the industry and agriculture. The Indian Railway have a network of 7,133 stations spread over a route length of 64,460 km with a fleet of 9,213 locomotives, 53,220 passenger service vehicles, 6,493 other coach vehicles and 2,29,381 wagons as on March 2011. The Indian Railways is the largest public sector undertaking in the country. The first train steamed off from Mumbai to Thane in 1853, covering a distance of 34 km. The Indian Railway is now reorganized into 16 zones. The distribution of pattern of the railway network in the country has been largely influenced by physiographic, economic and administrative factors. The northern plains with their vast level land, high population density and rich agricultural resources provided the most favorable condition for their growth.
However, a large number of rivers requiring construction of bridges across their wide beds posed some obstacles. In the hilly terrains of the peninsular region, railway tracks are led through low mills, gaps or tunnels. The Himalayan mountainous regions too are unfavorable for the construction of railway lines due to high relief, sparse population and lack of economic opportunities. Likewise, it was difficult to lay railway lines on the sandy plain of western Rajasthan, swamps of Gujarat, forested tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand. The contiguous stretch of Sahyadri could be crossed only through gaps or passage, ghats. In recent times, the development of the Konkan Railway along the west coast has facilitated the movement of passengers and goods in this most important economic region of India. It has also faced a number of problems such as sinking of track in some stretches and landslides. Today, the railways have become more important in our national economy than all other means of transport put together. However, rail transport suffers from certain problems as well. Many passengers travel without tickets. Thefts and damaging of railway property has not yet stopped completely. People stop the trains, pull the chain unnecessarily, and this causes heavy damage to the railway. Think over it, how we can help our railway in running as per the scheduled time. Now, pipelines. Pipeline transport network is a new arrival on the transportation map of India. In the past, these were used to transport water to cities and industries. Now, these are used for transporting crude oil, petroleum products, and natural gas from oil and natural gas fields to refineries, fertilizer factories, and big thermal power plants. Solids can also be transported through a pipeline when converted into slurry. The far inland locations of refineries like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, and gas-based fertilizer plants could be thought of only because of pipelines. Initial cost of laying pipelines is high, but subsequent running costs are minimal. It rules out transshipment losses or delays. There are three important networks of pipeline transportation in the country. Number one, from oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, via Guwahati, Barauni, and Allahabad. It has branches from Barauni to Haldia via Rajband, Rajband to Maurigram, and Guwahati to Siliguri. You can see the map of India showing the Indian railways. Second, from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Viramgram, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. It has branches to connect Koyali near Vadodara, Gujarat, Chakchu, and other places. Gas pipeline from Hajira in Gujarat connects Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. It has branches to Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babarala, and other places in Uttar Pradesh. Next, we have waterways. Since time immemorial, India was one of the seafaring countries. Its seamen sailed far and near, thus carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 km in length. Out of these, only 5,685 km are navigable by mechanized vessels. The following waterways have been declared as the national waterways by the government. Number 1. The Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldia, 1620 km, National Waterway number 1. The Brahmaputra River between Sadia and Dhubri, 891 km, National Waterway number 2. The West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kottapurma Kollam, Udyogamandal and Champakara Canals, 205 km, National Waterway number 3. Specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canals, 1078 km, National Waterway number 4. Specified stretches of river Brahmani along with Matai river, delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers and East Coast Canal, 588 km, National Waterway number 5. There are some other inland waterways on which substantial transportation takes place. These are Mandvi, Juari and Kambarjua, Sundarbans, Barak, backwaters of Kerala and tidal stretches of some other rivers. Apart from these, India's trade with foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume, 68% in terms of value, is moved by sea. Now, major seaports. With a long coastline of 7,516.6 km, India is dotted with 12 major and 187 notified non-majors, minor or intermediate ports. These major ports handle 95% of India's foreign trade. Kandla in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of trade on the Mumbai port in the wake of loss of Karachi port to Pakistan after the partition. Kandla is a tidal port. It caters to the convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive granary and industrial belt, stretching across the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious natural and well-sheltered harbour. The Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port for this region. Marmagao Port, Goa, is the premier iron ore exporting port of the country. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. New Mangalore port, located in Karnataka, caters to the export of iron ore concentrates from Kudremukh mines. Kochi is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbour. Moving along the east coast, you would see the extreme southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbour and rich hinterland. Thus, it has a flourishing trade handling of a large variety of cargoes to even our neighbouring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. And the coastal regions of India, Chennai is one of the oldest artificial ports of the country. It is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. This port was originally conceived as an outlet for iron ore exports. Paradweep port, located in Odisha, specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland riverine port. This port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging of Hooghly. Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. Now airways. The air travel today is the fastest, most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forests and also long oceanic stretches with great ease. Think of the northeastern part of the country marked with the presence of big rivers, dissected relief, dense forest and frequent floods and international frontiers, etc. In the absence of air transport, air travel has made access easier. The question is there, why is air travel preferred in the northeastern states? The air transport was nationalized in 1953. On the operational side, Indian Airlines, Alliance Air, subsidiary of Indian Airlines, private scheduled airlines and non-scheduled operators provide domestic air services. Air India provides international air services. Pawan Hans Helicopters Limited provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in its offshore operations to inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like the northeastern states and the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Indian Airlines operations also extend to the neighboring countries of South and Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Find out the names of the countries connected by Indian Airlines. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. It is only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services to the common people. You can see here the map of India showing the major ports and international airports. Now, communication. Ever since humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication, but the pace of change has been rapid in modern times. Long distance communication is far easier without physical movement of the communicator or receiver. Personal communication and mass communication, including television, radio, press, films, etc., are the major means of communication in the country. The Indian postal network is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communications. Cards and envelopes are considered first-class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both land and air. The second-class mail includes book packets, registered newspapers and periodicals. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water transport. To facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels have been introduced recently. They are called Rajdhani Channel, Metro Channel, Green Channel, Business Channel, Bulk Mail Channel and Periodical Channel. Do you know, till March 2010, 548.32 million mobile connections were in India. Make a comparison with any other country of your choice. India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. Excluding urban places, more than 2/3 of the villages in India have already been covered with subscriber trunk dialing STD telephone facility. In order to strengthen the flow of information from the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made special provision to extend 24 hours STD facility to every village in the country. There is a uniform rate of STD facilities all over India. It has been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Mass communication provides entertainment and creates awareness among people about various national programs and policies. It includes radio, television, newspapers, magazines, books, and films. All India Radio, Akashvani, broadcast a variety of programs in national, regional, and local languages for various categories of people, spread over different parts of the country. Doordarshan, the national television channel of India, is one of the largest terrestrial networks in the world. It broadcasts a variety of programs from entertainment, educational to sports, etc. for people of different age groups. India publishes a large number of newspapers and periodicals annually. They are different types of depending upon their periodicity. Newspapers are published in about 100 languages and dialects. Did you know that the largest number of newspapers published in the country are in Hindi, followed by English and Urdu? India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produces short films, video feature films, and video short films. The Central Board of Film Certification is the authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. Now, international trade. The exchange of goods among people, states, and countries is referred to as trade. The market is the place where such exchanges take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. It may take place through sea, air, or land routes. While local trade is carried in cities, towns, and villages, state level trade is carried between two or more states. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index to its economic prosperity. It is therefore considered the economic barometer for a country. As the resources are space bound, no country can survive without international trade. Export and import are the component of trade. The balance of trade of a country is the difference between its export and import. When the value of export exceeds the value of imports, it is called a favorable balance of trade. On the contrary, if the value of imports exceeds the value of exports, it is termed as unfavorable balance of trade. India has trade relations with all the major trading blocs and all geographical regions of the world. Among the commodities in export, the share of agriculture and allied products has been 9.9%, ores and minerals 4.0%, gems and jewelry 14.7%, petroleum products including coal 16.8% in 2010-11. The commodities imported to India include petroleum and petroleum products 28.6%, pearls and precious stone 9.4%, chemicals 5.2%, coal, coke and briquettes 2.7%, machinery 6.4% in 2010-11. Bulk imports as a group registered a growth accounting for 28.2% of total imports. This group includes fertilizer 3.4%, cereals 14.3%, edible oils 17.4%, and newsprint, paperboard manufacture and newsprint 14.3% in 2010-11. International trade has undergone a sea change in the last 15 years. Exchange of commodities and goods have been superseded by the exchange of information and knowledge. India has emerged as a software giant at the international level, and it is earning large foreign exchange through the export of information technology. Now we have tourism as a trade. Tourism in India has grown substantially over the last 3 decades. Foreign tourist arrivals in the country witnessed an increase of 11.8% during the year 2010 as against the year 2009, contributing rupees 64,889 crore of foreign exchange in 2010. 5.78 million foreign tourists visited India in 2010. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Tourism also promotes national integration, provides support to local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. It also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. There is a vast potential for development of tourism in all parts of the country. Efforts are being made to promote different types of tourism for this upcoming industry. So with this, our chapter ends, and with this book of class 10th geography also ends. Thank you.